Yo, did you catch this flashback?
It's Robert Smith, everybody, Brandy's ex-husband. So you dated her for how long?
I don't really remember.
Like 6 months? 3
It
months?
wasn't really an ordinary situation.
Because she got pregnant,
Of course,
and then you decided to marry her, or there was pressure to marry?
there was never a marriage.
So there was never a marriage. You guys, you were just playing that off to preserve her innocent image.
Right. I actually had a girlfriend at the time.
Oh, and Brandy was your jump off.
Exactly.
Oh, Robert, you scandalous hoe.
Got him. This thing right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Excuse me. It just took me a moment to walk over here. My shoes just came back from the shoe tricker. Because, like with most things that I buy, being a woman of my enormous proportion, everything must be added to, taken in, more material, seams broken, whatnot. And you all in the studio don't know what I'm wearing, but here's just a preview of the shoes, because he did a great job. Thank you, Slava. Look, this is only a portion of the shoe. There's actually a strap and a big piece for the front, but look. Fabulous. Nobody can hear over there. How about a microphone?
Wow.
Look. They're big. I mean, wait until you see the embellishment that actually goes with them. He removed all of that because if you'll notice, he had to put a half an inch of elastic right here so they could get around the mammoth width of my feet. And being that they are 5.5 inches tall and they're stilettos, I'll be taking baby steps everywhere tomorrow night. I'm just happy that the shoes are back. Shout out to Petite Paton on 8th Street. Thank you all for having the bomb selection. But I couldn't do it without Slava. He's over on 35th Street, right off 5th Avenue. You walk up 7 cement steps. He's this older guy. He's Russian. He's Jewish. And he knows not much of what to say, but he's wicked with the shoe trickery and the handbag fixing and whatnot. Thank you, Slava. So, I was reading in today's New York Post that Star Jones was with her husband, Al Reynolds, asking for mayonnaise on her cheesesteak at Carl's Steaks on 3rd Avenue at 34th Street, and the chauffeur was waiting inside the car. Not the mayonnaise star. On the cheese damn steak. Shout out to Q-Tip. Q-Tip is doing the music for that My Pink Carpet Party. I'm excited about that. And shout out to Mad Links. Oh, and we just got a new press situation signed on to do red carpet coverage in Style Magazine. I love In Style Magazine. So now it's Inside Edition, In Style Magazine, BET, Showbiz Today from CNN, In Touch Magazine, UPN News, Life in Style Magazine, and Access Hollywood. Damn it, someplace you're going to see these big damn shoes in somebody's venue, even if they put "what a mess" underneath my picture. It's me, and it's original. I really love what Steve Lindsay has designed for me. I can't wait. Shout out to Diddy and Mike Epps. Shout out to MC Light. Light, I haven't seen you in so many years. And she's coming in just to go to the party. I think she's going to be on the show tomorrow also, on this show. Shout out to Cisco. Shout out to Cameron. Shout out to Geraldo Rivera and his lovely wife, Lisa. I'll see you tomorrow. Shout out to Heather Hunter. I have to say it like that because, you know, Heather Hunter, Janet Jack me. Take it in the butt. Ah, yeah, what? Shout out to Black Rob, Mario Winans, Al Sharpton. Hey, Rev. AJ. Tracy Morgan, Lynn Whitfield, and A. Marie. Shout out to Tommy Hilfiger, the clothing designer. A big shout out to Bentley of Long Island. Apparently, they have a brand new facility, and everybody there is working hard until the experience comes on, and then they work between breaks. They're trying to keep up on what all's doing. So big shout out to Bentley of Long Island, and thank you so much for turning us on there. They have there's a prediction of make-its and break-its from a psychic in the newspaper today. And I have it right here. Now, I'm not much interested in Katie and Tom because we all know what's going to happen with that. I'm not much interested in Ben Affleck and Jennifer Gardner, although this is what they say. Ben is obsessed with other things. Women can't hold a big place in his life. If they do get married, it won't last. He is too overwhelmed with himself. He has a good heart, but he's unable to really attach to people. That's what the super psychic is saying. Listen to what they're saying about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They're saying, as I tune into their energy, their relationship seems to be coming to a close. I predict that in early fall, Angelina will meet a new man. He is younger, foreign, and works in the music industry. Sadly, it appears that Brad may be nursing a broken heart over the summer. And finally, about Jay-Z and Beyonce. The psychic says they'll have the summer together, but that's as far as it goes. What? He's a potato head with eyes all over. But it's not his fault. He has women throwing themselves at him, and it's a hard position to be in. Wow. I'm scared. Okay, I mean, do you want to talk about what I got set? Wait, hold on. Let's talk about this. Terry McMillan and her husband are getting a divorce. Jonathan Plummer is his name. You know him. We loosely saw their love story played out in Stella Got Her Groove Back. They're divorcing. That's according to a show that I love, Celebrity Justice. They're embroiled in a bitter divorce battle. Yeah, you brought him over here to this country, and now he's used to the lap of luxury and everything that goes along with it. He wants to be kept in the style in which he's become accustomed. Well, how long have they been together? We previewed that movie back when I worked in New York at 98.7 KISS. So that had to be at least 10 years ago. So they've been married for 10 years. He might have a point. She might not want to give alimony, and hell, he didn't come over here exactly skilled at doing anything except for laying up under her. I mean, let's talk about this. What was he skilled at doing? It wasn't like he was Jamaica's premier architect. I'm going by the movie, of course. I'm reverting to the Taye Diggs character. Right? He was a water boy at a resort. She was a woman with money going to lay in the lap of luxury for vacation and met the water boy and fell in love. He wasn't a doctor over there or something like that. They're embroiled in a bitter divorce, though, with all kinds of allegations of harassment. Harassment. Who's harassing whom? Her to him. Him to her? Oh, but he was so gentle in waiting to exhale. Oh, my little lotus flower. No need to get hot under the collar. I'll tend to it. Well, her next book, finally, there's another book. Thank you, Terry McMillan. He was getting in the way of your writing. He was blocking your creativity. We haven't heard from you in years. I'm sorry to hear about the loss of love, though. But, Terry, I mean, back then you looked younger than you were. I'm sure you do now also. I'm sure you'll go on and you'll do well. And he'll go on and be on this show and tell all about what all was going on with that marriage. Psst, shout out to the Pink Room. Book Jonathan Plummer quickly. I'm sure he's got an agent. They live in Los Angeles. Everybody has an agent out there. Even the hired help or hired husbands. Terry's next book is called Interruption of Everything. Could this be loosely based on the marriage falling apart? I don't know. But it's scheduled to hit bookshelves on July 19th. Shout out to the Pink Room. Scratch Jonathan Plummer. We'll take him for September. Let's get Terry McMillan in here for July 19th. Michael Jackson's greatest hit CD Well, there's another one. Well, there might be somebody interested. It's called Essentials. And Essentials is yet another Michael Jackson greatest hits CD. Oh, while we talk about releasing stuff that's already been out there, which there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying that in a disparaging way. It's great. Greatest hit CDs from people who can put them out, who have all those songs, like Mariah Carey's ones, Whitney Houston greatest hit CD, Michael Jackson. I love that. Anyway, so let's move on to 50 because he's going to re-release The Massacre this summer. And he's doing that because he wants to include a video for every song. So as opposed to, I guess, using the budget money and just putting out a whole new album, he'll just use that budget money and create videos for every song. But there are going to be 4 additional new tracks on The Massacre that's going to be re-released this summer. And those 4 new tracks are going to be G-Unit songs. Oh, and by the way, shout out to everybody in Queens who knows the rapper 2-5, because I know the rapper 2-5, and I know that 2-5, as a matter of fact, we broke bread together one time at a restaurant. Well, 50's saying that he doesn't know you. He says, you're not a relative. 2-5, this goes on to say, 2-5 was raised in the same home as 50, but a spokeswoman for 50 says, no one has ever heard of this person. Most likely, it's a false rumor. In this particular situation, I believe 2-5. I do. And I believe that 50 is just trying to squash any disparaging remarks that 2-5 might say about him. He can discredit it by saying, I don't even know 2-5. Because at one point, 50, you did acknowledge 2-5. Not to say that you acknowledged him like you were going to bring him apart a G-Unit or anything like that, because 2-5 was trying to get his own career, but you did acknowledge him. And now all of a sudden, no one's heard of him. No one's heard of this person. Most likely a false rumor. Wow. Hi, world. A world. Kim gets sentenced on Friday. Wow. Perhaps depending on what she said about you or what her allegations are, it might get her off with just a slap on the wrist and a little cuff on her ankle. But shout out to World, shout out to World's mom, shout out to Kim, shout out to, Oh. By the way, the Michael Jackson acquittal has dramatically boosted radio play of Michael Jackson's songs, so he's loving it. It's a win-win situation for Michael. He was set free, and now his music is heard so much on the radio. U.S. radio stations are scrambling to spin his music, and the spinach has nearly tripled the numbers of his songs that were heard on the air before. Oh. Exactly. What are they doing? Oh, look at the body language. Oh. Here in New York, my program director, Vinnie Brown, my general manager, Dion Livingston. They're in the studio right behind me. I'm not even going to turn around. Does it look like they have the monitors up to hear what I'm saying? Yup, that's a serious conversation. Look, Vinny has his hands on his hips. And Dion's looking disgusted. And they're not fighting with each other, but apparently something's going down. Somebody's about to be fired. I think they acting like it's No, Dion's letting us see. Vinny's holding good court, but Dion's starting to smile. He doesn't know how to play it. Oh. No, now they are officially listening. So we're not going to talk about them. We just finished them off 30 seconds ago any damn way. Oh. Look, and I'm Wendy Williams on Fox 5. Or do I go with this cup on Fox 5? Flying the flag high for the red, black, and green, 107.5 WBLS New York. All right. How you doing? I'm hosting locally here in New York. We got Good Day New York, which comes on Fox. And I'm going to be a guest host tomorrow morning, and so I've been getting cups from all around, and so I got my official drinking cup, the WBLS drinking cup. Keep it here, everybody.
It's Wendy, man.
I just found out this morning that my supervisor's pregnant.
Damn you, I told you not to do it.
Should I tell my wife what's up?
Plan on a divorce. And as for your job, put that where? Back there.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Wow. Oh. The applause and the rejoin. Hello, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. Thank you for thinking about us today. Shout out to Nadine Heron. Nadine, thank you. I'm not paying that any mind. A special shout out to Jason. Jason happens to live in New York, and he said he's been enjoying Good Day New York for years, and he's giving me a few tips on tomorrow. Locally here in New York, or Fox, Good Day New York. That's the show that I wake up to every morning. And, this week was apparently, DJ week. And some guy was there from a station here in New York, KTU. I don't know who the guy was. And then Angie did this morning, of which, I got to see a couple of breaks. But then I was out of the house for my B12 shots and all kind of other stuff I got going on. But Jason says, look, Wendy, I'm really looking forward to seeing you tomorrow morning on Good Day New York. But there are a few things that I'm worried about. Number one, you are as blind as Mr. Magoo. I would hate to see you stumble over words on the teleprompter. And he says, number two, I want you to still bring the element of the Wendy Williams Experience show to the Good Day New York show. Use some of the lingo from the show, and I bet you'd make them laugh. But don't give Mike Woods the how you doing. Ow. And I won't. I wasn't planning on it. And I was planning on just being me. I mean, I don't really know how to be anybody else. Jason, thank you very much. And you know what? Somewhere I have an accurate prescription. Okay, the prescription is probably about 18 months old, but I don't think my eyes have changed much since then. And I might have my glasses dangling around my neck, and then when they ask me to read something, I'll pull them up. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe have the... I mean, I can see. I just have to ask somebody, what does that word say right there? It's a little blurry. I got to stop being in denial. I need an eye doctor appointment right after I finish putting the CD. You know what? That is one of the things that I'm planning on doing now. It is an eye doctor's appointment. Thank you very much. And shout out to Shay. Shay says, Wendy, you're so damn right about White Castle microwavable burgers. They are definitely on the money. My daughter and I put a killing on them. Exactly. Man, that is the snack of all snacks. Like if you want something foodie, like with that salt and pepper taste, it's the White Castle cheeseburgers in your freezer. And if you want something sweet, forego the Hostess things. Go right for the Uncrustables in your grocer's freezers. They're peanut butter and jelly made lazy man style. I put them in my son's lunch. I'm so busy and so damn lazy and just, I don't even have time to make a peanut butter and jelly damn sandwich anymore. I just buy the Crustables, buy Smuckers. Thank God for them. And then when I want something sweet, oh gosh, unfortunately, I reach for a Crustable, throw it in the microwave for like 30 seconds. It's all warm and gooey. Here's another person about that burn and rubber smell from Advice Hour. Shout out to Applebottom in Philly. Applebottom says, Wendy, that person that faxed during Advice Hour about the rubber smell and said that the female... the person that faxed afterwards about the rubber smell and said that the female's probably cheating is correct. I, too, had the same thing happen to me, but not because I was cheating. My husband was cheating. For months, Wendy, I noticed a lingering smell of a condom. Burning rubber, if you will. But I didn't know what it was. Well, I began to notice some other odd behaviors, and sure enough, that no good nooker was cheating on me. I say all that to say, the man that inquired needs to perk up his investigation skills pertaining to his girl, because somewhere there's another man in the picture. Ladies, I had no idea that the smell of the rubber from a condom lingers like that. Why have I never... Come on, we've been doing toe talk for years now. Nobody's ever come up with this one. So this is another way to catch someone cheating? Sniffing around for the smell? Shaylin, do you know anything about this?
I've heard that before.
What?
I've heard that. I think it was in a book.
that a condom smell lingers?
Yes, I think it was in a book.
It lingers apparently inside of a woman, and it lingers on a man's member.
Yes.
They used to call it a member in Forum magazine. When I was in 8th grade and 6th grade and stuff, I used to buy the Forum from the family pharmacy. I'd go in and buy my mother a pack of Merits. She'd be sitting out in the car waiting. She's since quit, but I'd go in and buy her some Merits. And then if they're going to sell you Merits and they see your mom sitting right outside, then surely they'll reach behind the counter and sell you a Forum magazine. Do you know what I mean? So I used to read Forum magazine when I was in like 6th and 8th grade, even though, I was a virgin for many, many years afterwards. And in Forum, they would call the penis a member. I used to love it for the stories that people would tell. Okay. Now, the best I can tell you about Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. First of all, my people at Life and Style Weekly magazine, I love you. I mean, Marisol Lopez, I love the relationship that we have. Lindsay Lauderstedt, I love you. Thank you for giving me the scoop. Now, just know that Life and Style hits newsstands in New York tomorrow and nationwide on Monday. But I got the scoop because the girls scooped me. First of all, they say that things have gone... A quick zhuzhing, because in a second I'm going to have to go. Things have gone from bad to worse with Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. Insiders close to Jennifer say that Jen, who has endured months of reports about her husband and Angelina Jolie, has suffered a final embarrassment courtesy of a 60-page W magazine story featuring Angelina Jolie. It was shot in March. And apparently, both of them, Brad and Jen and Angelina, are in the shoot. Is that what I'm understanding here? Let me see. 60-page W magazine featuring Mr. and Mrs. Smith co-stars. Yes. It's not just that Jen feels betrayed. It's that she feels this is some kind of weird public act of rubbing her nose in it, of making a mockery of their life together. So there is more to the story. I mean, if you love to be in the know like I love to be in the know, you just need to pick up the new Life and Style magazine. Also in there, you're going to see plans on Ellen and Portia. I love them as a couple. Not only are they getting married, but they want babies. Ellen's 47, Portia's 32. Ellen is excited at the thought of raising kids with Portia, and great. Shout out to the whole Rainbow Coalition. Thank you for supporting the show on a regular basis. Shout out to all you good people for being here today. You know I love you all. I cook food. And God willing, we will be together again tomorrow. All right? All right. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.
Orange party people. See you later. I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night.
Program complete.
We don't stop because we can't stop. And we don't stop because we can't. I'm doing the bonus hour next, but I'm also going to be chatting on BET.com in the chat room for about 20 minutes because it's difficult to do the show and chat at the same time. And I'll be chatting about the album and, whatever else you all want to ask. I'm chatting BET.com at 6 o'clock. And the bonus hour begins at 6. Multitask. You better get your Henrietta Hustle on. You only got a moment and life's too short to waste it. And sleeping's for the dead. And all that other kind of step on a crack, break your mama's back stuff. The bonus hour is next on 107.5 WBLS.
And shut up! Oh, hey, man. What's up?
What's going on?
Yo, what's up, dog?
Hey.
Damn, he be whipping up on Brandy all the time, man. I don't know why she don't leave him.
Yeah.
It must be love.
Yeah, right. Love. Being try fair. Dig it, man. I've known that brother since high school. He's always giving some girl a busted lip or something. And one time he tried to push up on my sister. I had to step to him and let him know that he wasn't dipping his fist in my family. Because I know he didn't want to hear from me.
Well, there ain't really nothing we can do about Brandy because it ain't our business.
Nah, man, I don't know about that. Look, we witnessed it, so it is our business, all right? And we know what's going on, so we're going to have to go in there and try and stop it, man, without question. No one should be punished for falling in love. Look, let's at least talk to my man about it. And on the down low, let her know that there's some help out there, no matter what that fool does.
Your radio station WBLS wants you to know that there is someone who will listen, that there is someone who will help.
Call Safe Horizon at 212-577-7700. This public service announcement sponsored by Inner City Broadcasting Corporation.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
Since you've been listening this far, we're going to throw in a little bonus hour. You ready?
How long is this bonus hour gonna last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you, I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, yo, check this out. It's Wendy, man.
Here it is.
It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
Hello, everybody. How are you today? Good. This is where we can relax and unwind. Bartender. Make it a double. Bartender. I am swathed, wrapped in a DVF dress, which is always my go-to uniform. I've got a closet full of them. I remember my mother introduced them to me back in the 70s when Diane von Furstenberg first invented these fabulous dresses. And my mother didn't know she was introducing them to me. I just learned by example. Watching her just, put one on. She used to say, a pair of pantyhose, you put one on and you always look pulled together in a Diane von Furstenberg dress. And back in that day, Etienne Agnès handbag. Oh boy, my mom was like the queen of them. But Diane von Furstenberg is still making these wrap dresses. They are classics. I have 3 of them that were my mother's from back in the 70s. Yeah. It amazes me that, many years later, here I am, first of all, able to fit into anything of my mother's. I mean, my mother back then was like a natural size, I would have to say 6, a natural size 6, and she's short. I look adopted when we walk together. My mother's 5'2", big, giant, booty. At least it always seemed big and giant to me. And, always had a nice short haircut around her, the nape of her neck, or a shag, like back in the 70s. She wore her hair just like Florence Henderson from the Brady Bunch. And and then she'd put on the DVF dress and grab her Etienne Agnès bag and her raincoat, Burberry. And years later, I'm too cheap to get a Burberry raincoat. Like, I look at them and I'm just like, oh, that is just too stodgy. But the DVF dress is, my go-to dress. So I say all that to say, when I have to do stuff, outside of the norm where I can wear, my torn jeans or, my faded jeans and a T-shirt, one of my first go-to outfits is always a Diane von Furstenberg dress. And I went to the sample sale the other day and I copped a few more. I happen to be wearing one of my sample sale items now. Thank you. First day of summer. I love them because they swath around your waist, and if you get the right one, it plunges at the neckline. You wear the correct bra. You know what I mean? I was going to wear this one tomorrow on Good Day New York, but I thought it was too many prints, and then all of a sudden, all the work that I've attempted to do to myself in terms of LA weight loss and whatnot, starving every other day of the week, all my wacky diet regimens, would have gone to waste. I think prints on TV make you look bigger. I can't remember the rule. Prints on TV. All I know is that I didn't want to go with solid black, but that I just might have to, and big hair. It's DJ week on Good Day New York, which I didn't realize until I woke up Monday and I saw that they were introducing some man who has a radio show on KTU. And then I know, like, Rosanna Scotto was there and Chris Galis, and then the guy was, like the third arm, on the desk. Then today I woke up, I was getting ready to go out. I have my shoes for tomorrow night's pink carpet are not wide enough. I got them from Petite Baton, but like with most things that I, get, being the big oversized woman in every way you could possibly name type person, everything has to be lengthened, stretched, cut, extra fabric put in. All kind of crap. Always, I can never just buy something and put it on, which is why I love the DVF dress, because it's the one thing in life that I can always count on. But anyway, I woke up early this morning and I see Angie Martinez, and she's doing it too. So I was like, okay, So it is DJ week. So then tomorrow I got my shot. I'm excited. Oh, by the way, tonight when I'm speaking for, I'm sure the majority of you won't be there. It's an industry thing, which I very rarely speak for something like this. It's a Sony Music Symposium, and I'm talking about radio and I guess all aspects of radio, from the role radio plays in making music, a hit, to the role I guess radio plays in terms of now the new satellite radio. So now there are two different kinds of radio. I guess I'll be asked to speak on that, to the role syndication plays, because syndication, I mean, not for nothing, you do take a lot of jobs, like, I'm here in New York, but I'm syndicated on other radio stations, and there are people in those markets who are jocks who have, unfortunately, and this is not my fault, it's the fault of, syndication, I guess, have unfortunately, lost jobs locally to make way for, the Doug Banks or, the Wendy Williams or the Tom Joyners or whatever, Star and whatnot. And, so it does play a role. And then also there are like five companies that own every single radio station in the country. So when you get in the bad graces of one, you're depending on how bad your graces are, you're a crap out of luck. Although as me and the evil star have proven, I guess it's it's business. It's business. And if you're really good at your craft, then another company, you know what I'm saying? Like the same company might hire you again if you're good at your craft and you've experienced some maturity and growth, I guess. Anyway, I was telling you guys a story yesterday about Poochie. And, I could not remember whether I wrote in my first book, Wendy's Got the Heat, which was released 2 years ago on Atria Books, the subsidiary of Simon Schuster. It was a New York Times bestseller. For those of you who are new to the Wendy Williams Experience radio show, there's a book about my life, and I know everybody has a story to tell. I don't know how many people would be willing to write it all down, but I say all that to say, I was telling you a story about Poochie, and I can't remember whether I absolutely shared why I don't like Poochie. Yet, if you see me on the beach, I'll be carrying a Poochie bag. But I didn't purchase that at Poochie. I got that at Jeffrey a few summers ago. And I remember me and Isaac Hayes years ago. This had to have been, oh boy, easily 10 years ago. Isaac loves Poochie. I loved Poochie at that particular time. I had a couple of, Poochie tops and whatnot. And Isaac and I had gone Poochie shopping. And I had gotten treated so nicely, I guess, with him in the store that, I had shopped at Poochie on my own and experienced just all kinds of hate and whatnot. Just all kinds of hate. So it's been over a decade that I've even stepped into a Poochie boutique, and I've been met with hate there. I don't know whether it was racism or, okay, most definitely it was. Both boutiques in Manhattan. And so I haven't been back in there. The last time that I was there, I left them with a little something awful. I did something awful in the store, and something awful happened to me, and it forced me to leave them a little something. And I'm so embarrassed by this story that I can't even, not much embarrasses me, but this story, for it to come out of my mouth to you right now, is embarrassing. Of my last experience in a Poochie store. I think I wrote about it in that book. If you happen to have the book, Wendy's Got the Heat, it would be worth going back. I'll wait until tomorrow. If you zhuzh through your book tonight and find the Poochie story, can you let me know whether I told it? And if I did, what did I say about my experience in the Poochie shop and what happened to me and what I did and what surprise I left them and the location of the surprise? And you know what? And I'll give you a Wendy Williams prize pack. I'll figure out something to mail out to you or something. A bottle of liquor if you happen to drink. I don't think that's legal. All right, maybe a bobblehead doll or something like that. If I didn't, then one day I'll write it down on a piece of paper and I'll have one of the interns read what I wrote to you, because I'm so embarrassed I can't even tell you. The BET Awards are about to come on TV. June 28th. Boy, that date just keeps popping up. Of course, that's the release of my CD, Wendy Williams Brings the Heat, Volume 1. Shout out to everybody at Virgin. Shout out to everybody who's going to be at the pink carpet party tomorrow night, sponsored by Apple Bottom Jeans. Of course, the fabulous Question Mark Entertainment has really turned it up. Bella Entertainment, love you, Medina. And of course, my radio station, WBLS, is sponsoring, as well as Cavassier. But that's also the date, June 28th, I'm talking about, is the BET Awards, hosted by the Smiths. Love that. Love them as a couple. You know what I mean? Love them as a couple. I see them like Whitney and Bobby, like no matter what, they will never break up, no matter what. They will be together forever and fly the flag of red, black, and green in Hollywood and how we gets down, or at least how they gets down. And I love that about them. And I love that it's not just Will hosting and Jada, just making an appearance off from the side of the station. And I love that it's not, Will hosting with, cast members of a movie of his or just Jada hosting or whatever. I love just the two of them. Nobody else. Nobody else. Nobody else. Nobody else. I love it. And I also love the commercials that they've done for BET. The only one, maybe it's just one, that I saw with the kids involved. And the little girl's a diva. And she says, I'll be in the limo. And then the middle child says, yo, this is whack, or something like that, about even being on TV. It's like, hi, we're the Smith family. And they're all sitting there like in the family portrait thing. And when the director yells cut, that's when they all start wilding out. And the oldest one, Trey, says, damn, it's been about a week and a half since I saw the damn commercial. Anyway, something like, I forgot. And then Jada just sits there looking embarrassed for the family. It's a funny commercial. I like them. And I'll be home to see it, too. What time is the BET Awards? Come on, let me put this in my book. Probably, well, see, I want to see everything from red carpet and whatnot. VH1 wanted me to go out there and cover it. I told them I couldn't. That's my release date. VH1 cameras, they're going to be at the party tomorrow night. I have a signing to do that day, February 28th. Do we want to meet each other? Do you feel like picking up my CD? Because I'll sign it and we can meet each other. June 28th. What date did I say? Wait, nobody can hear you. What did I say? February 28th?
June 28th.
God, I got so much going. February 28th. I'm going to be at FYE. That's the big record store in Rockefeller Center from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the 28th, signing copies of my new CD, Wendy Williams Brings the Heat, Volume 1. If you like it, I love it, and there will be a Volume 2. I already have my wish list zhuzhed up in my head. I was telling you guys yesterday, because I get a lot of questions when I go out in the street and when I'm doing interviews about what's the first video going to be. And, up until yesterday, I didn't really know what to tell you, Is there money left in the budget for a video? Do I have that opportunity to make and direct a video? Oh, because I do want to put my foot in that aspect of the CD too. You know what I mean? So the video is going to be a Jaheim and Jadakiss, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to be there, directing. I guess we'll have a real director, but I'm definitely going to be putting my 2 cents in. I was having a very interesting discussion this morning with Christopher Reed, who we all know as the legendary Kid from Kid and Play. And he's been filling in not all week. I mean, he's here all week, but today is only Tuesday. So when I say all week, I mean, okay. Anyway, and he was in there with G Wiz, who, was Kid and Play's DJ back in the day. And Kid, who was the one with the high top hair, now uses some sort of activator in his hair. Kid, I mean, you could explain tomorrow morning. Did I catch you with some activator? Why your hair so curly? I don't remember it being like that back in the day. Kid has hair now like Albie Shore. And he's been you know what? And there are highlights in that hair too. Excuse me, Hollywood, you were right there when I came in this morning and I said hello to him. I've been here every day, so early doing stuff. Did you notice that he had highlights in the hair? Don't try to get blondish, Goldie.
I didn't notice.
You get so uncomfortable in situations. You never want to get caught out there looking at a man too long. How you doing? But anyway, so he was telling me that Bill Maher is like one of his best friends. First of all, Kid is married. I don't know whether he talked to you about that this morning on the show. I was in and out of the show because I was in and out of the car and then actually up here watching them do the show right there in the other room. But he's married, and Bill Maher is a good friend of his. I mean, like they double date a lot. When I say they, I mean Bill Maher, or Kid and his wife, Bill Maher and Superhead. Yes! Yes! Bill Maher is still with Superhead. Shut up! Now, for those of you who don't know who Superhead is, that's a name that she gave herself. The name speaks for itself. She is good at, well, luxuriating over it. Exactly. Thank you. And she has been with lots and lots of industry insiders and industry stars and industry executives and industry. And she's got a book that she's actually writing, revealing names. I guess everybody's quaking in their boots. And in the book, she's supposed to be naming names and telling all. I think her deal is like with HarperCollins. Yeah, she got a book deal with HarperCollins. And that will immediately, somebody needs to buy the screen rights, and it needs to be in movie form. No doubt. Shout out to the Superhead. By the way, shout out to, I don't even know if I can say my new book family. I just signed a new book deal. And I got a couple books coming out. A few books coming out with my next situation. My third book has to be turned in by September. So, you know, when I found out that my album was done, hold on, I'm getting back to Superhead. This is a bonus hour. You know, we freestyle. We go from this and from that. But I've been taking memory pills, and I work with a pen and pad next to me. So I will go back to Superhead. But my third book is due at my new editors September. Yeah, it's one of the big names. You know, Henrietta Hustle. I got to keep it going. As soon as I found out that the CD was due to be turned in, then I knew I had to put the book thing aside. I'm still working with my writer, Karen Hunter, Pulitzer Prize winner. Love her. She hosts the morning show at WWRL. And as a matter of fact, she's part of my own personal entourage tomorrow night at the party. I got my sister, Wanda. She flew up from Miami just to go, and then she's flying back Tuesday morning. And she's going to be with me. She's going to be in the green room of Good Day New York tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. You know, my sister and I are just, you know, we've grown incredibly close over the years. Not that we were far apart or anything like that, but, you know, I was, you know, Wendy pursuing my thing, and she's Wanda, you know, student, obeys all the rules of my parents and all like that. But over the years, I've still managed to be Wendy, and she's still managed to be Wanda, but we are just, so, you know, if there's one person that I wanted with me the entire day tomorrow, it is definitely my big sister. So I was like, you know what, leave the kids, leave Brian, my brother-in-law, and you come up here, and we'll just giggle like schoolgirls through the next 24 hours. And she landed earlier this afternoon. She's probably listening to this now and saying, why is she talking about me? Okay, let me shut up. Sorry, Wanda. Back to Superhead. See? I remember. I said on this radio show about how long ago, Hollywood? 4 weeks or 8 weeks? Somewhere between 4 and 8 weeks ago. That Bill Maher was with Superhead.
All about you.
And that he might not have gotten the memo about how legendary she is. Now, I know she's a sexy woman, and, you know, she's a reputation for being terrific in bed. And she, at one point, you know, suffered horrible abuse from men in her life. One particularly that she has no problem talking about, G-Rap, the legendary rapper Kool G-Rap, who she has a son by. And the son is old enough to be questioning, by the way, mommy's profession. What is the son, like 8 years old, right? I got a 4-year-old. I know at 8 years old, forget about it. They question everything. And know everything, and they're old enough for their friends. If they find out on the playground, they will be teased relentlessly. Yo, mommy, superhead. Yo, mommy, superhead. Yo, mommy, a hoe. You know how kids are. Regardless of whatever, you know, she might attain in life, it's just like when you. Anyway, so Bill Maher and she are still together. I say all that to say, I guess you can clap for that, because what Kid told me is that Bill perfectly knows who Superhead is. He perfectly knows her reputation, knows where those lips have been, knows where that ass has been, knows what might be said of her, but he's not trying to love her. You know, as Kid was talking to me, and you know, he's not trying to love her. He's not trying to wife her. He's having fun with a black chick. And he likes blacks. His last girlfriend, her name was Coco, and she was a flight attendant. Really, put together in, that way. A lot of makeup, the breast implants, the tiny, tiny waist, the big fat booty, like 5 inches taller than him. She looked like a pretty girl in the newspapers. But Coco and Bill broke up, and then Coco tried to sue him, saying, well, you promised me that you were going to keep me in the lifestyle in which I've grown accustomed, and you haven't. And so I was like, Trick, you got to be kidding me. Don't you remember, everybody? It was in the newspapers and stuff, and they talked about it on entertainment. Well, it might not have been like in the Asbury Park Press or the Star Ledger. But along with buying, shout out to everybody in Jersey, along with buying the local papers, you all need to pick up the New York Daily News and the New York Post, if just for nothing else than to open up to the gossip page. The gossip pages are always great. Shout out to the Post and the News. That's the first thing I turn to. Go figure. And then I start reading the paper, from front to back. I skip over the sports section. I don't really much understand them. I don't care. I used to like to stop to look at A-Rod until he admitted that he has so many different shrinks. I mean, nothing is more of a turnoff than a mentally unstable man. Now, let me just say that, I believe in therapy, but it's kind of like, men have stereotypes about women, and women have stereotypes about men. And one of my stereotypes about men is you can't be constantly weak. I used to have a problem with men crying. I don't have a problem with it anymore. But therapy is not like... Follow what I'm saying, Hollywood. Therapy is different from crying or losing your job and coming home and laying your head in your wife's lap, or witnessing a shootout at Shot 97 like Dude did. What was the name of the person that ran home, that got on the subway? James Cruz, right, the record guy. I mean, we laughed about it, but you know what? That's, they described how he got on the subway and went home after witnessing the shooting and laid in his wife's lap and wanted to be comforted by his wife and kids. See, Hollywood, to me, that is weakness, but there's nothing wrong with that. Crying for a man is weakness, Hollywood. You understand? You suffer loss in your life, you cry. That's not weakness. Did I just say it's weakness? It's not weakness. But therapy, look, I do therapy. I'm in and out. To me, a woman can be mentally unstable. Slightly crazy. We've got a lot to deal with. And there's nothing wrong with us going to therapy once a week or once every other week. But a man, like on a regular basis, with therapist after therapist, and it's not even that he goes to therapy. Let me just say that. It's okay for men to go to therapy. Am I backpedaling so much? No, I'm trying to make an association with A-Rod. This is why I go through the sports pages really fast, because I can't sit and look into his dreamy eyes anymore and picture he's got a therapist and a therapist for his therapist and a therapist to help him deal with this and a therapist to help him deal with... Hear him tell it, he's got like 5 different therapists. He's in therapy once a week with everybody, and every third week he's got an appointment with them all 5 days a week. That's a lot of drama in that head. Have I made sense now? A man in marriage counseling, a man in therapy for, going through something, dealing with something. It's like anybody else. A lot of the cops and the firemen are still in therapy from 9/11. But a therapist and a therapist for your therapist and a therapist for just too much therapy, A-Rod. Is this correct, this clock? Oh, wow, okay. Oh, back to Bill Maher and Kid. Look at me remembering. So Kid tells me, so one night out in L.A., he lives out there now with his wife. Kid does. He doesn't live in Queens anymore. So one night, Kid and his wife and Bill Maher and Superhead go on a double date to the restaurant. Wow. And then they come back. Wow. And they end up going back to Bill's house. Kid was telling me, he's got, Bill's got a big house, and as well he should. He's paid and whatnot. And so they're all, sitting around. I asked Kid, by the way, if he and his wife were swingers. He said no. And, the association, say, I was starting to paint a picture. Anyway, so they're all sitting around. Next thing you know, Bill and Superhead disappear, and they go upstairs. And Kid and his wife hear a whole bunch of thrashing around and wild screaming and things breaking, like Bill was just blowing her back out. And so Kid and his wife were just like, oh, okay, this is where we, all right, we're goodbye. And then they left. And I asked him, I said, well, why didn't you all take a guest room downstairs? I mean, if it's a big house, at the very least, there's a bedroom someplace downstairs, a maid's quarter, or, something. A pull-out couch in the family room, something. A strong, supportive marble sink in the powder room, something. A bevy of fur coats hanging in the fur closet. You stretch them out on the floor, and they work just fine as a cushion or something. But he and his wife left. I wanted to dwell longer and ask him, get more into his marriage. Like, why didn't you all stay? I mean, that would have... Then again, he did say he lives 10 minutes away. But 10 minutes would have been too long. Like, if you hear something exciting like that go on, don't you at the very least throw her over the hood of your CL65 outside in front of the Mara estate? Throw her up against the topiary bush? I mean, something. Oh, man. I'm real excited about the party tomorrow night. I'm real excited about my outfit. I took time to decide what I was going to wear, and it just fell upon me. It was made for me by, I was telling you this yesterday, but I can't tell you enough about this outfit. Just in case you don't end up if you're not coming to the party and you don't see, I need you to see a picture of it. It is one of a kind. Steve Lindsay, who does my hair and makeup, he's also wicked with the sewing machine. He's from the drag community, so there's a big drag influence. As you know, I embrace my affiliation with the drag community. I've been called a drag queen many times, and I take that as the highest honor. People think that they're saying that in a mean way. I don't think so at all. I think drag queens, they take their time with their hair and their makeup, and when it comes to evening looks, that is, and everything is too much. We who embrace drag, we stand in front of the mirror at the front door, before we leave, and as opposed to being like the rest of the women who take off an accessory, we tend to want to layer 5 more on just to top off our look. As opposed to flattening our hair with our fingers after we come in from a windstorm, we tend to exaggerate it and push it out more. Forget about it. And the shoes. Oh, yeah. I feel like I need a vitamin drip. I think I'm going to go get one of those tomorrow morning. I go over to the Wellness Center. It used to be called the Kellerman Institute here in Manhattan. And it's over on Park Avenue South. You actually hear the commercials running here on the radio station. It's, I talk about the thyroid, but they do way more than thyroid. I get all kind of acupuncture, vitamin drips, all kinds of stuff, to keep me going. My whole medical team's going to be at the party tomorrow night. I can't wait. Dr. Al, Dr. Yvette, Dr. Rossi, Dr. Jones, Dr. Kellerman, Dr. Downey, Dr. Smith, Dr. Memeniscus, Dr. Einstein. Yeah, I do have a Dr. Einstein. Dr. Edwards. Dr. Klein. Yes, I have a whole medical team. I got a whole medical team. It takes Dr. Bogle. Oh, boy. Everybody has a medical team. You just might not be as dramatic as me and call them your medical team. But you do. Don't you have a team of people that keep you together, whether it's to do your teeth? That's your doctor, that he's on your team or she's on your team. Your privates. And then once you get to a certain age, then, you start to get, or a certain level of paranoia. For me, it became a certain level of paranoia. After I had our son, I got somebody to live for who cannot take care of himself. And I know that he's surrounded by plenty of adults who can, step in and do the good work that I would do, and not trick up whatever, I've left to him and, make him into a responsible, sane human being. But I want to live for him. I want to live. I don't just want to live. I want to live well. That's all. I forgot Dr. Barandi's. Yeah. Hi, Dr. Barandi's. Oh, boy. The whole team. Then my attorney. I got attorney Ray Hamlin. He's coming. You only need one if he's good. He handles everything. Books, radio, TV, lawsuits, traffic tickets. My deal with Virgin. Yeah, he's that all-around dude. House closings, whatever. He does it all. They have a website, HunHamlinRidley.com. They're in Newark. All righty, everybody. Look, we're going to go into a break. And when we come back, we'd like to get into some other things with you. You can pass me some WBLS information. My radio station is all out and about all damn summer long, just racing up and down. This is the place to be. This is where I want to be. It's 107.5 WBLS.
Yes, kings and queens, this is the original Rude Boy, David Levy, reminding you to join me each and every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 10 inside the ballroom. And then come Sunday, it's the #1 Caribbean show in the world, Caribbean Fever, with this brand new time, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. right here at 107.5 WBLS.
Brought to you by Sierra Mist, one shockingly refreshing lemon lime.
Also brought to you by the play Orgasms.
Hey, you want to have a great time? Okay, so go see Orgasms the Play. It's a comedy by Dan Israeli. It's at the Soho Playhouse. Now, Orgasms the Play explores the differences between men and women and, well, their attitudes about sex and their hang-ups, the difficulties in staying in a long-time relationship, as well as the pleasure of being together. The play reviews Adam and Eve. God created Adam first, so he made a few mistakes. And when he created the woman, he corrected some of his original mistakes. Thus, the woman is the improved version. Oh, this play is hilarious and witty and informative. So come one, come all, bring a friend, a lover, or go stag. The play employs humor, and it keeps the audience sympathizing and agreeing as well as laughing. It's a must-see. Get your tickets to Orgasms, the play. Call 877-C-PLAY. That's 877-C-PLAY. 877-SEEPLAY. Or log on to orgasmstheplay.com or go to sohoplayhouse.com. Orgasms, the play. Experience it today.
Hey, what's up? This is China Doll General Hour, and you're listening to Wendy Williams Experience on 107.5 WBLS. Hey!
Woohoo! Thanks, everybody, for being here. It's WBLS 107.5. Vaughnie's up at 7 o'clock with The Quiet Storm. I was putting a little extra makeup on my face for my symposium. And I'm doing it right after the show. WBLS, everybody, presents the WBLS Music Festival. Oh, yes, this is Saturday, June 9th and Sunday, June 10th at Croton Point Park. You'll need a car to get there. It's Croton on the Hudson, New York, and it features, and I'm about to give you a telephone number to find out more information. Get ready. Features performances by Stephanie Mills, Pieces of a Dream, Ohio Players, and many, many more people. It's sponsored by MSN Music. You buy one song for 99 cents, and you get your next 5 songs free at music.msn.com. For directions to Croton Park and more information, Croton Point Park, you can call 866-373-5299. And once again, that's July 9th, which is a Saturday, and then Sunday the 10th, 866-373-5299. And we are celebrating the 107 days of summer. We're 107.5 WBLS. Oh! Well, look at this. Passes for Croton Point Park Music Festival. I have them right here for you to win. I just told you all the information. Stephanie Mills and the Ohio Players, Piece of a Dream, For more information, I'll give that telephone number, 866-373-5299. But if you'd like to win tickets, bypass all that crap, be caller number 10 on the lines right now at 866-GET-WENDY. And dial carefully and good luck, darling. Dear Wendy, while I do believe Destiny's Child will go their separate ways, I also believe that they're using this breakup as a publicity stunt to boost ticket sales. Not me. I believe Beyonce has some things in her personal life that need tending to, and I believe that the other two girls perfectly understand. And I don't think that Destiny's Child is broken up in their hearts. I do believe that they'll get back together for maybe a reunion album, or if Kelly puts an album out, Beyonce will sing on a track or two. Or if Michelle puts an album out, then, the two girls alone, help. I believe that when Beyonce goes on tour with her solo project, if Kelly happens to have a CD out at that time, she will be an opening act. But I believe that their breakup is the real deal, not a publicity stunt. And yes, I do believe ticket sales for the concert will be crazy because it's a crazy time right now for them. And people love Destiny's Child. They do. Oh, no. No time to be sick. No time to be sick. No time to be sick. Get one of my squad on the phone. I need a B12 shot. I need a vitamin drip. I need an enema. I need something. I need a tooth polishing. I need tooth removed. I need a new implant. I need something. I'm sick. It will not happen. I'm going to get a vitamin drip tomorrow morning. I will be just fine. I don't actually feel sick. There's a lot of dust here in the studio. Oh, by the way, we have best ofs lined up for Thursday, Friday, Monday, and I'll be back to do the show live on Tuesday. So if you could just bear with me Thursday, Friday, and Monday, I thank you for that. I have to go out and promote my CD, and so I'm just letting you know ahead of time. But I've also entrusted my fabulous director of production, Mr. Hollywood. Shout out to everybody in Yonkers. He's repping for you all. Something awful here on the show. So who do you have here? You can write it down. He doesn't particularly want to be on the microphone. You all seem to think that he was hired to be some sort of sidekick on this show, and in actuality, it's not. You don't mind if I tell people this, do you? Am I being personal? Okay, here. Just write it down on the back of here. Trevor, everyone, is a production whiz. He was an intern at 98.7 KISS back when I was there. Just a young man, and, he always wanted to be production. He never wanted to be on the mic. He's one of the few people in radio, because a lot of people that work at radio stations, from salespeople to promotions people to production people, given a shot to crack the mic, boy, they would take it and run with it. I've worked at enough radio stations where I understand that to be true, a lot of the people. But Hollywood is not one of those people. I call him Hollywood, Trev Hollywood, because I called him by his first and real government last name a couple times on the show, and he pulled me aside. He asked me if I please wouldn't do that. He doesn't want his life on blast. And he wasn't angry or talking greasy to me, but he just so I said, okay, well, what do they call you in the streets? He said, Hollywood. I said, all right. So Trev Hollywood. But it has since turned into, with me, I don't have a sidekick. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. But if you walk in this room, whether you're Patti LaBelle or Maria, who cleans the radio station, you're going to be swooped into microphone talk if I happen to be in the middle of something and you walk in the room just in time. And unfortunately, Hollywood, you seem to be bashing him. I get the emails. And and he gets them too, by the way, and you hurt his damn feelings. He wants to make it, tell me if I do this right, perfectly clear, he is not a personality. He is production. All the production that you hear on this show, that's Hollywood. Anything that you don't hear on this show, that's him messing up. But anything that you hear good, that's all him. And that's what he does. Unfortunately, he's working with a person who tends to bring everybody into their mess, and that would be me. So he just can't stand in the studio silently or whatever. So I'm going to fall back from talking to you, Hollywood. If you could just give me a little of that Y-O laugh. He's not gay. He doesn't want to be a personality. He's not here to replace anybody. Nobody is a personality on this show. Everybody just gets swooped in to my mess. If you walk in that door, you're in. Nobody's being paid to be a personality. Everybody's being paid to be anything but, except for me. Okay, now he's just giving me the list of best ofs because he doesn't even want to talk on the damn mic. You won't give him such fever. Oh, Jerry Springer. Courtney Parker. That's the writer. Faith. The Locks. Kerry Kelly. Who is this? Oh, that's right. Kerry Kelly, R. Kelly's brother. Patti LaBelle. Bokeem Woodbine. Dave Mays and Benzino. Biz Markie, 1 and Part 2. Vivica Fox. She was here for 2 breaks. If you missed it, you got to be here. Bokeem Woodbine. Did I say him?
I might not get to all of them, though.
You might not get to all of them. That's okay because, listen, you need 3 best of shows ready. You need this Thursday and this Friday. Right after the party, the red carpet party, I leave first thing in the morning. I'm going to New Orleans. And then I'm going to Dallas for Friday. And then I'm going to... where am I going to be? Oh, and then I'm going to L.A. I'll be in L.A. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I got a bunch of record stores to go to and parties, and it's all going to culminate in L.A. I'm going to be on my radio station out there, The Beat. That's their morning show is called The Block Party, starring Ananda Lewis and John Sally. I'm going to be on The Beat morning show. Then I'm getting on a plane, coming back to New York, and I'm going to be next Tuesday here for opening day, June 28th of my CD. I'm going to start off the morning, getting right off the plane, somehow pulling myself together and going on the WB morning news. I love that. And then I'll be doing the show live. And then I guess, we'll be popping some bottles and maybe some of the people will be coming through the M.O.P. and whatnot, coming through on our opening day. And then it's all going to culminate. I'm doing a CD signing next Tuesday at FYE. But if you can't get to all of those people on the best of, we need some more. You know what? When's the last time you put Vanessa Williams on a best of? I can never get enough of hearing Vanessa Williams. You did? Damn. No, don't run it again, but run it soon. You need 2 best ofs for the next week. In Philly, I'll be able to broadcast live. That's on Wednesday at my radio station, Power 99. But Friday, I'll be in Chicago. I won't be on the radio. It'll be a best of show. And then next Thursday, I'll be in Chicago. And next Friday, I'll be in Detroit. Ironically, I'll be on the radio doing afternoons in both of those markets, but they're not part of the syndication thing, so they don't have that switch to flip, so I can be heard everywhere. But see, as far as I'm concerned, let me do the show, because I'm out there promoting my CD, but I'm also auditioning for a new market. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll come back with 2 new markets and a highly listened to CD. Wouldn't that be the cat's meow? Dear Wendy, how much time do I have left on this break? Every button is wrong? Okay. Oh, you are? Shout out to Vanessa Williams, by the way. She RSVP'd. She's going to be at the party tomorrow night. I can't wait to see. I love her. I want her to be on Volume 2. I was telling everybody yesterday, I can see Vanessa Williams doing one of those Vanessa songs, the way she does it, just lovely, and then having Jadakiss come in and do 16 bars. I need Jada to come back. I want that friendship to continue. Me and Jadakiss. Do I have time for a quick advice? Dear Wendy, I know it's not advice hour, but I need you. I have a friend that wants me to get involved in this money-making business, but it's not the type of business I would feel comfortable doing because... Are you ready? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? It involves taking to strangers, and I'm not a people person. So you wanted me to say it's a sex business, but, I'm very meek and quiet, and I know I would not like to do it. But my friends feel that anyone who isn't down with this business is going to be, anyone who is down with this business is going to be rich. And if you're not down, you're stupid for not wanting to join. If you're wondering what type of business it is, it's called prepaid legal, and it involves recruiting people to either buy the membership. Damn, you got to be in constant trouble to be a member or something, a prepaid legal. Which is legal advice from a lawyer or representation. It also involves recruiting people to sign up to be an associates. What should I do? Because I don't want to seem like a loser who will never be rich. I know in my heart of hearts that my destiny will be fulfilled some other way. Please help. That's from Gina. Well, Gina, you're already painting yourself in the loser box. This is not me calling you a loser. This is you, in a way, questioning yourself. You call yourself meek and quiet. You're not a people person. Yeah, this is going to involve you getting out there and selling the hell out of something. Perhaps this is not your line of work. I mean, is there some other way that you can participate in the business? They're always going to need somebody answering phone calls at headquarters. Don't play the laugh track on that. I'm serious. Really. You know, maybe you can start out doing something, filing, holding down the website. I mean, there's got to be another way that you can be involved in a brand new business. And I trust that this means that you have to invest a certain amount of money. Well, apparently you're not complaining about the money, but what it is you're complaining about is your meek, quiet personality. Loud personalities aren't for everyone. And there are a lot of people who are like you, but they manage to fake it like you would never know that they were meek and quiet. Now, either you start practicing to fake it until you make it, or figure out another position that you can hold in this business opportunity. But I wish you well. I mean, it sounds exciting. Prepaid legal advice, that's nothing more than holding your, like some other people have a retainer for their attorney. Like we got a retainer for Ray. You know what I mean? Prepaid, legal help. So when you get that call at 2:00 in the morning, because I done, or whatever, that you come to my aid in Montclair jail or whatever, or Midtown South. Yeah, I mean, Gina, I wish you well. What is the clock is saying? It's time to go. I gotta go, you guys. Oh boy. I'll be talking to you all tomorrow, you cats and you kittens. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you for listening. Vaughn Harper's up next with Quiet Storm on the one and only, the legendary 107.5 WVLS. Bye-bye.
The Wendy Williams broadcast day has completed.
Aw, man!
And WBLS music starts next.